Hey everybody, so we've been working on this pool, leveling it out, and there are, I guess, various different ways you can do this. One way is just secure a level to a 2x4 and go around in circles until until you get it flat. But there are some problems with doing that method. So um, I remembered something that was in Hydrolab years ago and looked it up on the internet. It's been a while since I used one of these things, but this is basically a water level that's been used for, I don't know, thousands of years probably. But basically it's just this setup here. Let me put my camera down. So turn it this way. So I've connected this clear plastic tubing to two 2x4s and just stuff I picked up from Lowe's for under $30. And you fill it up. I put some green food coloring in it, and it just works by hydraulic head. So water is always level unless it has restrictions, which it has none here. Both are open hole at the top, so these levels of water are going to be the same. So if you put them side by side on flat ground, you get a base level. And so what the base level is you can take a marker and you can mark right there. But what the base level happens to be on this one is 26 inches, and that number doesn't really mean anything other than it's just simply the base level. So if I move this around, this is the base. We're using it as the center of the pool, where the pool will be. If I move this around back here and take a reading here, it takes a minute to calibrate. Knock that over. But it's also 26. So I've already gone around and measured all the spots on this where the pool will be, and it's all within half an inch of each other, which is pretty good. Most people say that as long as you're within about 2 inches, you're in pretty good shape. Once you get over that, it can look bad, it can be off, and it can actually be dangerous if it gets much above that. So one thing though that's really interesting about this is, let me move my camera down. This, the width of a 2x4 is 3.5 inches. So if I were to pick this up and put it on top of the 2x4, let me just do that and show you what I mean. It's not going to be exactly 3.5 inches. So right now we're at 26.5. So if I pick this up and move it up here, the water level is going to fluctuate a little bit, and then it's going to go down about 1.75 inches. This thing here, this post in the middle that I've drilled down into the ground, is 16 inches. So the water level is 26.5, and I put this on top of this, water level is going to fluctuate a bit, and you might think it would go down to would go down 16 inches to around 10.5 inches or so, but it doesn't do that. It goes to about 18 3/4 or so inches. And the reason that's the case is because it's you have one tube on this side, one tube on that side. When it equalizes, it doesn't equalize the entire amount, it equalizes half the amount. So in other words, what that means is if you're measuring from one side to the other and it's off an inch on here, it's actually off 2 inches. So in this case, the most it's been off for us is half an inch, which equates to an inch. So we should be in pretty good shape. But anyway, I spent the day working on this and getting it as level as we can, because that's a really important part of building an area for a pool. I've been through this a few times. Once was really successful, the other time it was off probably a little over 2 inches, and it was obvious. You could see it on that side of the pool. and it was actually bowed a little bit, so that can be a bad thing. But anyway, I wanted to share with you the little device that I've created. You can use this for anything. You can use it for building a platform for a building, or anytime you want something level that's far apart, water's going to be level, so you can use it for whatever you want. That is all. Have a good evening.